Hello everyone, my name is Brian Almeida. I'm presenting Getter and Setter methods. The other members, Kevin Bueno Luisa, Joseph Chihuano, and Pedro Chumaña. Getter and Setter methods. Getter and Setter methods are functions used in programming to access and modify the attributes or properties of an object. These methods are common in object-oriented programming language and are a fundamental part of the encapsulation concept. Getter method. Procurement method. A getter method is a function within a class that uses to obtain the current value of private attribute. In the context of object-oriented programming or OOP, getters allow controlled access to any object's data. The use of getters allow more precise control over how an object data is accessed. It also provides an additional layer of abstractions, since internal implementation detail, such as the exact attribute name, can change without directly affecting the part of the code that use the getter. Setter establishment method. A setter method is a function within a class in object-oriented programming or OOP that is used to set or modify the value of a private attribute. This method is essential to maintain the encapsulation principle and control how data in an object is modified. In an object is modified in addition, setters allow data validation before performing the assessment, which helps to maintain the integrity of objects and prevent wanted values.
Uh, what is setter methods and who are they used? Setter methods are functions used in programming to set the value of an attribute and object. They are called setter because they are usually used to configure or establish the value of an attribute. These methods are important part of the encapsulation principle in object-oriented programming, since they allow you to control access to a modification of an object's data. For example, if the person class has two private attributes, name and age, eh, it is set name and set age, set methods and responsible for modifying the attribute, but before doing so they perform some validation in the case of the set name method in verify that the new name is a string of characters, and in the class of the setAge method, it verifies that the new age is a non-negative integer. These validation in setter methods are optional and depend on the specific requirements of the application. They can be used to ensure that the entire that meets certain conditions before modifying the object's attribute.
On this occasion, I am going to talk about Metodos. What is and how are getter methods used? Getter methods are used to access the value of a private attribute of a class, following the principle of encapsulation. The attributes of a class are typically private, and getter methods provide a means of obtaining use values. Clan code. In clan code, if you have a name attribute in a person class, the getter code will be called getName. This helps make the code more readable and understandable.
Hi, good afternoon. In this exercise, I'm going to show the getters and setters methods. We can see in my first code that I create as a student class or alum class or a main class or encapsulament class. where I manipulate the some very types or data. I then compile and execute the code, and this is the result. The ID of the alum 1 is 15. The name the alum 1 is Pedro. The last name the one alum is Chumana. Okay, I want I want my attributes not to be manipulated by another person. So I set the themes as private. In private ID, private Control T, and private name and private last name. But I compile and execute, we can see that I get an error because these files are now privately. So let's start explaining. Okay, I go to the create a new program in the code for the explication or gather and setter methods. Okay, in my class alumno, the sentences I have int id, private string name, and private string the last name. I go create the constructor or editor code. I can press the alt insert, select constructor, select all, and generate. And okay, generate. Um, After I can need the getters and setters methods to access the very types data in my main code. And then I go to the construct the getters and setters methods. I press the alt insert getter and setter ID, select ID, generate, and this is the methods for the get and set to the ID. After alt insert getter and setter name generate, and this is the method, the getter and setter methods for the name. Alt insert getter and setter last name in generate, and this is the method for the get and setter the last name. Perfect. Now I can get to the main of the class, but there are a specific way to call these methods as I do them into the following way. In the following way, I create the object of my alums or alumnos, the next form, alumno, alumno, one, assign, assigned, new, alumno, and alumno, 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 two, assigned new alumno with my parameters is the ID, the name, and my last name. And my ID is the 22. My ID. My name is Pedro, and my last name is Chumana. System out print line select in and my ID. In my ID, in the the ID for the student is plus alumno 2 point get ID. System out print line select the the name. In my name is the the name of the student is plus alumno 2 point get nombre or get name. System out print line print line the last name the student is alumno 2 point alumno 2 point get last name. System out print line the last name the student is get ID. Oh, okay. And compile and execute the code in my program of NetBeans and play it and execute. And this is my result. The ID for the student is 22, is my ID. The name of the student is Pedro. My name is Pedro. The last name the student is Chumana. My last name is Chumana. And this is the method getter offsetter for the obtain the variables in private.